Here's why you're sabotaging your relationships. I'm Brianna Bowler, your personal freedom coach, and I was having a conversation with one of my clients just last week. And she was saying to me about how she'd hit a point in many of the closest relationships in her life where she was nitpicking and she was picking holes in these relationship dynamics and feeling this strong sense of resistance to showing up in these relationship dynamics. And it had seemingly come out of nowhere. And I said to her, before this happened, where were things at? And her response was that her relationship dynamics were the most solid she had ever experienced. That she was at a place in her life where she'd never experienced relationships with that much depth, with that much intimacy, with that much connection. And that there was a part of her that was scared about it. And so my answer to her was this: how much are you willing to receive? Because ultimately, we all have an inbuilt threshold. Our nervous system has a certain capacity with which we're willing to receive. And anything beyond that, if we're not present in the experience, has us pull back. It has us resist. It has us step back into the known, into the comfort zone, because we've reached that edge, because we've reached the threshold of what we've previously known possible. And so anything beyond that becomes the unknown. Anything beyond that becomes uncertain. Anything beyond that brings up a fear response. And so it's in those moments when we feel ourselves start to become resistant. It's in those moments where we feel ourselves wanting to pull back. It's in those moments where we feel ourselves wanting to nitpick and point the finger and create stories and beliefs around the people that we care about the most. It's in those moments where we get to drop in even deeper. It's in those moments where we get to use the resistance as the opportunity to consciously choose something more for ourselves, to consciously choose to go even deeper into intimacy, into connection, into love, into levels of understanding of ourselves and the world around us that we've never experienced before. So if you're finding yourself in a place of wanting to pull away, if you're finding yourself wanting to avoid the people that you care about most, if you're finding yourself wanting to step back into the way things have been in the past, then I encourage you to consciously choose leaning in as opposed to running. If this resonates for you, if you know you're someone that sabotages through avoiding intimacy, who hits that threshold and then finds themselves wanting to pull back, then I encourage you to reach out. And if there's someone you know who needs to hear this message, then like, share, tag them below. You know what to do. I'm Brianna Bowler, your personal freedom coach. And until next time, what else is possible?